This is really a bad place to start. If you're starting here, go to number 1. So, withdrawing from the ruins of the living room, for the moment we move to my room. Before my eyes is the servant whom I should have compelled to absolute obedience with the command spell. He's here, but...
なるほど。君の性質は大体理解したぞ、マスター。
I see. I mostly understand your nature now, Master. What part of this is absolute obedience exactly?
念のため尋ねるが、君は霊樹がどれほど重要か理解しているのか、マスター。
I'm asking just to make sure, but you do understand just how important the command spell is, don't you, Master?
知ってるわよ。サーバントを律する3回きりの命令権でしょ。それが何よ。
I know. 3 rights you get to command a servant, right? What about it?
いいかね。霊樹はサーバントを強制的に行動させるものだ。
Look. You didn't hear that. Look, the command spell compels a servant to action.
それは行動を止めるだけでなく、行動を強化させるという意味でもある。
Not only can it stop a servant from taking action, that means it can also be used to reinforce an action as well.
例えば、私はここから遠くの場所まで瞬間的には移動できない。だが、霊樹で行けと命じれば、それが私と君の魔力で届くことならば可能となる。
For example, I can't move instantaneously from here to someplace far away. But if you use the command spell and order me to go, if with our combined magical energy I can get there, then it becomes possible.
強制命令権とはそういうことだ。サーバント自身でも制御できない肉体の限界さえ突破させる大魔術の結晶が3つの霊樹なのだ。まあ、今では2つに減ってしまったがな。
That's right. That's the right of compulsory commands. 3 command spells are the crystallization of great magic that servants themselves can't control, and that breaks through the limits of the physical body. Well, I guess we're down to 2 now.
知ってるわよ、そんなこと。いいじゃない、まだ2つあるんだし。あなたに命じた規則は無駄じゃないんだし。
I know about that stuff. It's fine, isn't it? We still have 2, and it's not like the rule I placed on you is useless.
確かに、これは私の誤算だった。
Certainly that was my miscalculation.
霊樹というものは曖昧な命令には効きが弱くなる。
The effect of the command spell is weakened if the command is vague.
私を守り通せ、この戦いに勝てなどといった広く長く効果が続くものには霊樹の力が弱くなる。効き目は長く続くが苦痛が小さいため逆らえるサーバントも出てくるだろう。
If you said something like protect me to the end or win this battle, the longer and wider the effect has to continue, the more the command spell is weakened. The effect will last for longer, but since the pain will also be lessened, there will surely be servants who can disobey it.
逆に次の一撃を死ぬ気で放て、あのグラスだけは壊すなといった単一の命令は絶対で、よほど強力なサーバントでも逆らうのは難しくなる。
Conversely, a simple command like put everything you have into your next attack or don't break only that glass is absolute, and even the strongest servant would find it difficult to disobey.
さて、ここまでで私が言いたいことがわかるな、マスター。
Well, having said this much, you understand what I'm trying to say, right, Master?
わかるわよ。要するに広く長い命令は意味がないんでしょ。
I get it. In short, long-lasting and wide-ranging orders are meaningless, right?
効果も戒めも薄いならサーバントは霊樹に逆らって行動できる。 そんな効き目の薄い命令をするなら絶対的な単一の命令をした方がいい。
If the effect and the punishment are both weak, then the servant can act in contravention of the command spell. If you're going to issue such a weak order, then you'd be better off with a single absolute command.
そうだ。レイジとはもともと自分たちの能力以上の奇跡を起こすためのもの。それを大王の聞く命令などで消費する具は許されない。
That's right. In the first place, the command spell is for accomplishing miracles beyond our capabilities. Foolishly wasting one on something you could do without it. Foolishly wasting one on something you could do without it is unforgivable.
君の先ほどのレイジはまさにそれだ。私が君に従うかは話し合いで解決できたことだし、仮にレイジを使ったところで全ての言動に絶対服従などレイジが100あっても実現できない。
The command spell you just used was exactly that. Whether I obey you is something we could have solved through discussion, and even if you hypothetically commanded my absolute obedience to your every word, you couldn't do it even with 100 command spells.
じゃあ私のさっきの例示は無意味ってこと？
So you're saying the command spell I used just now is meaningless?
通常ならそうなのだがな。どうも君の魔術師としての性能は桁が違ったらしい。
That would normally be the case, but apparently your ability as a mage is extraordinary. I can't tell if he's happy or exasperated. The servant sighs as he relaxes the corners of his mouth.
桁が違ったって、もしかして。
Extraordinary? You mean?
ちょっとあなた、自分が今どんな状態なのか正直に話してみなさい。
Wait a second, tell me honestly what your condition is right now. Realizing something, I confidently try asking him.
ああ、誤算というのはそれだ。
Yeah, that's the miscalculation.
先ほどの命令では少しはマスターの意見を尊重しようという程度の心変わりにしかならない。
The command spell from before, all it's done is make me think I should give a little more respect to my master's opinion.
だが今の私は君の言葉に強い強制を感じている。君の意見に異を唱えると、そうだな、ランクが一つばかり落ちるようだ。
However, I feel a strong compulsion in your words. If I insist on going against your will, it seems my rank drops by one level.
つまりマスターの意向に逆らうと体が重くなって動きづらいというところか。
In other words, if I disobey my master's will, my body becomes heavier and it becomes difficult to move, you might say. How troublesome, says the shrug of his shoulders. In that case, the command spell wasn't useless at all. Rather, it's actually a plus. But he's still as sarcastic as ever, and he doesn't look any weaker at all. No, even if hypothetically his strength dropped because he disobeyed me, I still probably wouldn't stand a chance against him even if there were 10 of me.
前言を撤回しよう、マスター。
I take back my previous words, Master.
年齢は若いが、君は卓越した魔術師だ。
You may be young, but you're an excellent mage.
子供と侮り、戦いから遠ざけようとしたのは私の過ちだった。無礼ともども謝ろう。
Underestimating you as a child and trying to keep you away from the battle was my mistake. I apologize for my rudeness. Straightening his posture, he politely bows his head.
やめてよ。確かにいろいろ言い合ったけど、そんなの喧嘩両成敗っていうか。
Wait, stop that. Certainly we traded some words, but there's enough blame for the both of us.
そうか。いや、話のわかるマスターで助かった。
I see. I'm relieved to have a master who understands the situation.
なんか切り返し早いわね、あんた。
You turn around quick, don't you?
何？誤算は誤算だったが、嬉しい誤算というやつだったからな。これほどの才能があるのなら、君を戦いに巻き込むことに異論はない。
What? Miscalculation is a miscalculation, but in this case it's a happy one. With as much ability as you have, I have no objection to involving you in the fighting. Eh? You mean to say you're lucky to have met such a strong master?
じゃあ、霊樹抜きで私がマスターだって認めるのね。
Then, even without the command spell, you'll recognize me as your master?
無論だ。先ほどは召喚されたばかりで馴染んでいなかったが、今では完全につながった。魔術師であるのなら、契約によるつながりを感じられるだろう。
Of course, I hadn't adapted to it before, as I'd just been summoned, but now our connection is complete. As a mage, you should be able to feel the bond of our contract.
契約？
Contract? Now that you say that, something about my body does feel off. Feeling like a nerve that was shut inside before this point is now facing outside. And while I'm talking about it, some portion of my magical energy is flowing into the man in front of me.
そっか。サーバントは聖杯に呼ばれるけど、呼ばれたサーバントをこの世に留めるのは。
Servants are summoned by the Holy Grail, but what keeps them here once they're summoned is...
そう、マスターの力だ。サーバントはマスターからの魔力提供によってこの世に留まる。
Right, the power of their master. It's by replenishment from the magical energy of their master that servants remain in this world.
魔力提供量は十分だ。経験的に問題はありそうだが、君の能力は飛び抜けている。
The energy you're supplying me is sufficient. Your experience is a problem, but your ability is exceptional.
普通の魔術師ならば、サーバントを召喚した瞬間に意識を失っているだろう。だというのに、君は活力に満ちている。
A normal mage would likely have lost consciousness in the instant they summoned a servant, but instead you're still full of energy.
先ほどの霊樹といい、この魔力量といい、マスターとして君は間違いなく一流だ。
From the command spell earlier and your level of magical energy, I can say without a doubt that you're a first-rate master.
今更褒めたって何も出ないけど。
Flattering me now won't get you anywhere, mister. I avert my gaze in embarrassment. Well surprised. Even if he is being compelled to obey me by the command spell, to think that a servant, something beyond human, would obediently recognize me as his master.
で、あなた何のサーバント？
So, which servant are you? I collect my thoughts and finally get to the main point.
見てわからないか？ああ、それは結構。
Can you not tell just by looking at me? That's fine then. That was definitely just my mind playing tricks on me before. Like I thought, this guy is making fun of me.
わかったわ。これはマスターとしての質問よ。
Understood. I'm asking this question as a master.
ねえ、あなたセイバーじゃないの？
So, you're not Saber, are you?
残念ながら剣は持っていない。
Unfortunately, I carry no sword. Like I thought. Of course that's what happened. I got the time wrong, the summoning circle didn't do anything, and I even called the servant to the wrong place. To have summoned the strongest servant, Saber, that's all much too inept.
ドジったわ。あれだけ宝石を使っておいてセイバーじゃないなんて目も当てられない。
I messed up. I've used up all those gems and not summoned Saber. I can't even bear to think about it.
悪かったな、セイバーでなくて。
Well, I'm sorry for not being Saber.
え？ああ、そりゃ通行のミスだから残念だけど、悪いのは私なんだから。
Well, yeah, it's a tough miss, but it's my fault.
なあ、どうせアーチャーでは派手さに欠けるだろうよ。
Ah, Archer lacks flash, I know.
いいだろう。後で今の暴言を悔やませてやる。その時になって謝っても聞かないからな。
Fine, I'll make you regret those words, and when I do, I won't listen even if you apologize.
はい？
Huh? That's unexpected. I don't know whether he's offended by my fixation on Saber, but the unidentified servant appears to be sulking.
何？勘に触った？あーちゃん。
Oh, have I offended you, Archer?
触った。見ていろ。必ず自分が幸運だったと思い知らせてやる。
You have. Just watch, I'll show you how lucky you are. Archer protests with narrow eyes. His tone is snide, but something about his behavior is childish, and there's no malice in it. It seems like he might actually be a pretty good guy.
そうね。それじゃあ必ず私を後悔させて、あーちゃん。
I see. Well then, make sure you do make me regret it, okay, Archer?
そうなったら素直に謝らせてもらうから。
When you do, I'll meekly apologize whether you like it or not.
ああ、忘れるなよ、マスター。己が召喚したものがどれほどのものか知って感謝するがいい。
Good. Don't forget, Master, be thankful when you understand the full measure of whom you summoned.
もっとも、その時になって謝られても、こちらの気は晴れんだろうがな。
Although, when that time comes, don't expect me to feel better even if you apologize. Archer once again shows a sarcastic smile. Ah, like I thought, this guy's kinda mean.
まあいいわ。それであんた、どこの英霊なのよ。
Well, it's fine. So, which heroic spirit are you? Archer doesn't answer. The sarcastic manner he'd had up until now disappears, and he seriously wrinkles his brow.
あーちゃん？マスターである私がサーバントであるあなたに聞いているんだけど。
Archer? I, the master, am asking something of you, the servant.
それは秘密だ。
That's a secret.
は？
Huh?
私がどのようなものだったかは答えられない。なぜかというと、
I can't answer as to what sort of person I am. If you ask why...
あのね、つまんない理由だったら怒るわよ。
Hey, I'll get mad if you don't have a good reason for it.
それは
That is... that face again. I don't know if he's really troubled, but Archer opens his mouth as though it's hard to say.
なぜかというと、自分でもわからない。
If you ask why, it's because I don't know myself. Wait a sec, what did you say?
はあ？何よそれ？あんた私のことバカにしてるわけ？
Huh? What's that supposed... Do you take me for some sort of idiot?
マスターを侮辱するつもりはない。
I mean no disrespect, Master.
ただ、これは君の不完全な召喚のツケだぞ。どうも、記憶に混乱が見られる。自分が何者であるかわかるのだが、名前や素性がどうも曖昧だ。まあ、さして重要な欠落ではないから気にすることはないのだが。
Just, this is the result of your imperfect summoning. My memories are all confused. I don't know what sort of person I am. but my name and my background are both unclear. Well, it's not an especially serious deficiency, so it's probably nothing to worry about.
気にすることはない。気にするわよ、そんなの。
Nothing to worry about? Of course I'm gonna worry about it!
あんたがどんな英霊か知らなきゃ、どのくらい強いのかわからないじゃない。
If I don't know which hero if I don't know which hero you are, I can't know how strong you are, can I?
なんだ、そんなことは問題ではなかろう。さまつな問題だよ、それは。
Oh? I doubt that will be a problem. It's a trivial problem, that one.
さまつってあんたね、相棒の強さがわからないんじゃ作戦の立てようがないでしょ。そんなんで戦っていけるわけないじゃない。
You say trivial, but if you don't know how strong your partner is, you can't make any kind of battle plan, can you? We can't go out and fight like that.
何を言う。私は君が呼び出したサーバントだ。それが最強でないはずがない。
What are you saying? I'm the servant that you summoned. There's no chance that I could be anything but the strongest. Just like that. The Red Knight meets my gaze with absolute confidence and trust. What? My mind stops. There's no lie in Archer's words. Even though we've only just met, he's rated me even higher than I do myself. My face is burning. Oh, my face is definitely bright red. Why am I so weak to surprise attacks like this?
まあいいか。誰にも正体がわからないってことには変わりはないんだし、敵を騙すにはまず味方からって言うし。
I guess it's fine. It doesn't make any difference if no one knows who you are. And they do say that to deceive your enemies, you should deceive your allies first. I say that to hide my embarrassment and look away from Archer. Well, it should be fine to find out what sort of servant Archer is a little at a time. In the meantime, there are more important things than that.
わかった。しばらくあなたの正体に関しては不問にしましょう。
Understood. Let's leave questions about your identity aside for the moment.
それじゃあ、じゃあ最初の仕事だけど。
Well then, Archer, for your first task.
早速か。好戦的だな、君は。
So quickly? You are rather belligerent.
それで敵は？
So, where is our... Before Archer can say enemy, I toss him a dustpan and broom.
下の掃除お願い。あんたが散らかしたんだから責任持ってきれいにしといてね。
Clean up downstairs, please. It's your fault, so take responsibility and tidy it up, okay? Ten seconds pass in blank amazement. When Archer regains his thoughts, he squeezes his fists tightly around the broom, seemingly full of complaints.
待て。君はサーバントを何だと思っている？
Wait, what exactly do you think a servant is?
使い魔でしょ？ちょっと生意気で扱いに困るけど。
A familiar, right? Though a feisty and difficult to handle one. Archer swallows his words. Of course I don't have the slightest intention of taking back what I said, and I have a trump card in hand.
意義あり。そのような命令はこと。
Objection. I refuse to carry out such order.
いいの？これマスターとしての命令よ。マスターの方針に逆らったら体が重くなるんだっけ？
Are you sure? This is an order from your master, though. I forget, doesn't your body get heavy if you disobey your master?
まあ、あなたはその程度じゃどうってことないだろうけど、そのペナルティは今を掃除するまで続くのよ。そんな状態で明日から戦っていくのは危ないんじゃない？
Alright. Well, that's probably not any problem for you, but that penalty will continue until you clean the living room. It'd be dangerous to go out and fight tomorrow in that condition, wouldn't it? Still squeezing the broom, Archer growls for a few seconds. The red-coated servant, Archer closes his eyes in frustration and...
了解した。地獄に落ちろ、マスター。
Can I say that? It is talking about the place, I guess. I'll play it safe. I'll play it safe. Understood. Bite me, master. Graciously listens to my request. Well then. It's already late, let's get some rest. I can figure out what to do with him when I wake up. The day of destiny declares its end. No, starting this night, the wheel of fate begins to turn. Including me, that makes 6. This Holy Grail war will commence once the final one, the 7th Master who has yet to awaken, summons their servant. That's not long now. My battle, the one that I've been awaiting for 10 years, is about to begin. February. The Holy Grail War. A great ritual that has been repeated for hundreds of years. To participate in it is to eliminate the other 6 masters. A battle to the death with no survivors. It's said that the Holy Grail lies in this land of Fuyuki, and in the past many mages have tested their skills against each other here. They only had one goal, to obtain the noble phantasm known as the Holy Grail. However, the origin of the Grail is unclear. That it's not the cup that received the blood of God is certain, but the awesomeness of its power matches anything in legend. Yes, it's said that the Holy Grail can grant any wish. There can only be one claimant. The one wish granted by the Grail is the desire of only one person. However, to summon the Holy Grail to this land required 7 mages. 1 miracle, 7 collaborators. Well, to put it shortly, it was only a matter of time before each one tried to claim it from the others. The beginning was just the sort of fight over the right to something that happens anywhere. 7 mages equally using the power of the Grail, each prepared a familiar, a servant, and vied with the others. Only 1 mage could obtain the Grail. As a result, the other 6 who had been their friends became enemies, and a ghastly bloodbath began. That's the ritual known as the Holy Grail War, a contest between mages over the Holy Grail. Mages chosen by the Grail are called Masters. Masters are blessed by the Grail with a powerful familiar, a servant. There are 2 proofs of a master. To summon a servant and make them obey you, and to carry the 3 command spells that compel a servant's obedience. The first goes without saying. Yesterday, no, a few hours ago to be precise, Archer was called forth and became Tosaka-rin's, that is, my, servant. I should have broken off the episode earlier. But I can continue on for a bit now. So what's left is the second. To protect to the end the command spells that control that servant. As a master, this is the most important point. The pattern engraved on my right hand by summoning Archer. These are the command spells. The stigmata, omens, brought forth by the Holy Grail, a proof of a master changed by the summoning of a servant. This crest condensed from powerful magical energy that is not a permanent thing, but a transient one. It disappears as you use it, so just like it looks, each piece signifies one use. In other words, only 3 times. A master who loses all 3 command spells becomes unable to control their servant and faces their death. Thus, the command spells are something you treat as carefully as you would your own life. To have used one up right at the beginning makes my head hurt, but since it wasn't completely useless either, we'll call it fine. In any case, it's not unusual for servants to betray their masters. Collaring one with just a single command spell is good fortune indeed. Let's leave summarizing the main points here. When the 7 servants are assembled, the Grail War will begin. I can't take my time lying here in bed. I don't know when the final master will appear, but it can't be much longer now. And now seems like a good point to end the episode. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you next time.